It can be hard selecting a new TV because there are so many brands and it can be hard to know which is the best and where to start. Some TV brands are well known, but that doesn't mean that all of their TVs are good. Even the best brands' entry-level models don't do well. Some cheap TV brands are starting to make a name for themselves, and they often come out with models that are better than those that cost more. We've bought and tried more than 400 TVs, and this list shows you which TV brands are the best. Each brand has its own way of doing things, from the smart features to the way it looks. Before we proceed, if you are new to this channel, this is where we bring you the best brand reviews and what makes them special. So feel free to like this video and subscribe. Number 1 is Hisense TV. The Hisense U8 is the best Hisense TV we've tested. It delivers incredible picture quality overall in both bright and dark rooms. It has fantastic contrast and a mini LED local dimming feature, resulting in very deep blacks with almost no noticeable blooming around bright areas of the screen. Doctor content looks amazing thanks to its high peak brightness and wide color gamut, and it tracks the content creator's intent extremely well, as most content is displayed at the correct brightness, and there's very little banding. It's a versatile TV with a wide selection of extra features. It supports 4K at 120 Hz gaming from the latest consoles or PC graphics cards and has low input lag for a responsive gaming experience. It also supports a variable refresh rate from any source, which helps reduce tearing in games. Finally, it runs the Google TV interface, with a massive selection of streaming apps and hands-free voice control thanks to the TV's built-in mic. The Hisense U7 is also a pretty good TV and cheaper than the U8, though not nearly as good. It's worth considering, however, if you want to save a buck. You can also find the Hisense U9DG on sale if you're looking. It's a unique TV with a dual-layer LCD panel that's fantastic for watching movies. We're currently testing this TV's successor, the Hisense U8 Geek, so we'll soon know how it compares. Number 2 is LG TV. The best LG TV we've tested is the LG G3 OLED. It's an impressive TV that delivers fantastic picture quality with stunning dark scene performance thanks to its near infinite contrast ratio and perfect black uniformity. It delivers a visually stunning HD experience, especially if you're in a dark room, and its unique modern design means it looks amazing even when it's off. It also has a fantastic array of gaming features, including 4K at 120 Hz support with the latest consoles or C graphics cards, and its nearly instantaneous response time results in clear motion with no distracting motion blur. It's one of the brightest OLEDs on the market in 2023, and also one of the sleekest looking TVs you can buy, as it's completely flat without any bulging on its back, and it doesn't come with a stand. It's meant to be wall-mounted. New in 2023, the G3 now supports DTS audio formats, making it a great choice for a home theater TV. However, it does come at a hefty price premium. If you don't care about paying top dollar for it, then the LG C3 OLED is a cheaper alternative that delivers performance that is closer to the G3 than you'd think, especially when watching real content versus test patterns, and it also supports DTS audio formats. The LG 2 OLED is also still widely available, and while it's not as bright as the G3, it's very close to the C3 and is much cheaper. It doesn't support DEEDs, however. Finally, there's the LG Duo OLED, which is much cheaper than its successor. So if you don't want the absolute brightest panel and don't need DITs, but would love a sleek wall-mounted panel, look it up. However, it's still more expensive than the LG 3 OLED. So unless you're going after the LG Gallery's TV look, go for the newer C-Series model. Number 3 is Samsung TV. The best Samsung TV we've tested is the Samsung S95C OLED. It's a very impressive TV that delivers fantastic picture quality. It has the same perfect inky blacks in a dark room as OLEDs with WOLED panels, like the LG G3 OLED, with no blooming or distracting haloing around bright objects. It also has great peak brightness in HDR, so bright highlights stand out well, and it tracks the creator's intent properly. It stands out thanks to its incredibly bright colors, resulting in a much more vibrant, realistic feature experience. This TV officially supports 4K at 144 Hz, which is great for PC gamers wanting to push their new GPU to its limits. Of course, it can easily handle recent 120 Hz enabled consoles with support for variable refresh rate (VRR) technologies. If you don't usually watch TV in a darker room, the benefits of an OLED panel aren't as apparent. So an LED TV like the Samsung QN95B QLED is a slightly better choice. There's a bit more blooming in dark scenes, but it gets significantly brighter than the S95C, which helps it counter more glare. If you want a high-end OLED but want to save some money, look at the Samsung S90 OLED. It's almost as bright as the S95C, but is much cheaper. The Samsung S95 OLED, released in 2022, is still available and is nearly identical to the S90C, with the exception that it does not offer an official 4K at 144 Hz and is slightly darker. Still, it's a great deal if you can find it on clearance. Number 4 is Sony TV. The best Sony TV on the market is the Sony N95K OLED. It's very similar to the Samsung S95B OLED, as it features the same impressive QD OLED panel that delivers incredibly deep, inky blacks and bright, vibrant colors that stand out well. It features the amazing processing capabilities that Sony is known for, so it's a great choice for movie lovers looking for the absolute best TV for a basement home theater setup. It's also a great TV for gaming though, with a nearly instantaneous response time that results in crystal clear motion handling. While great for gaming by any standard compared to competing TVs, it's just a tad worse. As amazing as this TV is, it's expensive and only worth it for home theater enthusiasts wanting the best movie watching experience. If you absolutely want a Sony OLED for Sony's processing capabilities, but don't necessarily want to pay for the premium price tag of this model, the Sony A90J OLED is still available for purchase and is cheaper than the A95K, and there's also the even cheaper Sony A80C OLED. These TVs use OLED panels, so they don't look nearly as colorful as the Sony A95K OLED, and they're outgunned when it comes to gaming performance compared to models from Samsung and LG. However, they still have Sony's legendary processing capabilities. If you don't care as much about darkroom performance, Sony also makes some impressive LED models like the Sony X95K or Sony X93L, which are amazing for bright rooms. This TV's successor, the Sony A95L OLED, just came out, and we should be getting it in our lab soon. Number 5 is Sony TV. The best LTV we've tested is the TLQ M8Q LED. It's a great TV with amazing peak brightness in both Octar and ZDAR, which easily overcomes glare and bright lights from even the brightest of rooms, even more so with its fantastic reflection handling. The TV has an excellent local dimming feature, giving it superb contrast and black uniformity with minimal blooming, making it a great choice for darkroom viewing. Its quantum dot technology also gives it an impressively wide color gamut for Octar content, although it doesn't have very accurate color reproduction. The QM8 is also overbrightened in HEJR, which means it's not the best option for people who care about accuracy in their TVs. The TV has a few quirks, like its refresh rate functioning in brackets, and its inability to have both Game Mode 4 and Chroma 4 simultaneously, but it's still a tremendous performer. It runs the popular Google TVOS, which is very smooth and easy to use, with a wide variety of available apps. The TV is incredible for C and console gaming, as it can output up to 4K at 144 Hz or 1080 pixels at 240 Hz on its first HDMI port and up to 4K at 120 Hz on its second. It also has an excellent response time and low input lag in game mode. Note that for PC gamers, the TV has a hard time outputting anything above 120 Hz on an NVIDIA graphics card, so it's better suited for PCs with an AMD graphics card. This model is better than TEL's 2022 flagship, the TSL 6 series or 655 2022 CLED, but the older model is still a great choice if you want to save some money. If you want an even cheaper TV, you can look for sales on previous CL6 series models like the TL6 series of 2021, or if you're looking for an 8K TV, there's the TCL6 series or R648 2020, 18K QLED. Otherwise, if you like the QM8 but would prefer something cheaper, the TQ750GQ LED has all of the traits, features, and quirks of the Qui. It's not nearly as bright, but it's still bright enough for an enjoyable viewing experience. This concludes our list. If you like what you see, share it with your friends and subscribe to our channel for future updates. You won't be disappointed.